So this is our guy Saddam. Saddam was in captivity for 4 years. أنت قديش كان عمرك بس انخطفت؟
آه، كان يمكن 11.
So he was 11 years old when he was kidnapped, and he stayed there for around 4 years.
Sheila Gunn Reid on special assignment this week in Iraqi Kurdistan. I'm here documenting your efforts to save the Christian survivors of an ISIS genocide here in the place that has been the cradle of Christianity for 2,000 years. I'm here to show you how your fundraising for Save the Christians is helping change lives. Now, in the video I'm about to show you, you're going to meet Jawad Georges Abu Jaoud. Now, if I'm saying his name wrong, Jawad, I'm sorry. Now, viewers, you're going to see a lot of Jawad in my videos this week for a bunch of different reasons. He's the Middle Eastern Operations Manager for White Mountain Research. They are the in-country contractors for the Nazarene Fund, and he's a Lebanese Christian. He understands the plight of the persecuted here in the Middle East because he's one himself. Jawad is also my translator and my introduction to people who are deeply distrustful of outsiders. They have seen a lot of people who look like me come here to end up only fighting for ISIS. I want to be clear, I'm not here to exploit their suffering. I'm here to talk about the difference you at home have made in their lives. Now, when White Mountain and their people find someone that needs help or has escaped ISIS, they step in. The Nazarene Fund is, of course, Christian focused, as the name suggests, but they really turn away no one. The Nazarene Fund doesn't check for rosary beads before they stop and help people in need. Like the boy I met today. His name is Saddam Hussein. He is a Yazidi boy that was kidnapped by ISIS, and he's recently had surgery to remove shrapnel from his leg. In fact, it was just days ago that he underwent surgery. I also met with some of the surviving members of Saddam's family, and he was willing to talk with me on camera. Just watch.
So this is our guy Saddam. Saddam was in captivity for 4 years. So he was 11 years old when he was kidnapped, and he stayed there for around 4 years. So around April 2019, the last area in Syria was liberated from ISIS, and actually he was from the last group that stayed with ISIS. The last people who stayed there with ISIS, he was one of them. He was kidnapped with his father, his mother, and his siblings. The mother was released couple of years ago with his sisters. He stayed with his father together. Then after 2 years, they took his father to another place. We believe that he was executed because many of the Yazidi men who are above 18 or 20 were executed. We're not sure, but we think so. All right. The mother is in Canada. Okay. We also put them on a program to Canada, and they traveled there. Unfortunately, we couldn't put him on a program to Canada. Now they don't have a program to take the Yazidis for now, and he's happy to go to Australia with his uncle. Okay. Now we're giving them all the support. We have a house for them for around 1 year. They are living in a tent. It's not good for him, especially for the kind of the mental thinking in a way, because he was living also in a tent with ISIS. No one was taking care of them. They were beaten in a very savage way. They pushed him to be a guard there, like on the checkpoints, although he was 11 and 12 years old. So when he was shot there in Syria, he was begging them not to take him to the battlefield or to stand on the checkpoints, but they used to beat him again and again to force him to do whatever they want him to do, although he couldn't walk and because of the shrapnels in his body. He's very thankful for what we are doing for him, and hopefully, I'm sure we will be able to take him to Australia so we can start a new life. The thing here is that no one takes care of those people. I'm not talking about us as an organization or a group with the Canadians or the Americans, but truly we are the only ones taking care of those people. So now we'll also, after his surgery, we will put him on a program also, like with psychologists. We have organizations here they all take money. This is the bad thing. So we have to put them on programs like that so they can talk to him. 5 years are a lot. We will see if we can like put them at least like teach them English, because they will be going to Australia. If they don't know the language, like they will lose more years of their lives. To study English, to wait here for 1 year or 2 years or whatever, we're sure that it will take around 1 year. So this is another year he's losing from his life. He's wasting from his life. Then he will go to Australia another 1 or 2 years to study English, so he can move forward and go to school. So he'll be 18 or 17. So almost all his childhood is no more childhood.
Saddam and his surviving family are off to Australia, one of the last remaining countries that still prioritizes persecuted religious minorities in their immigration queue. For Rebel News in Iraqi Kurdistan, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. To help support my journalistic work here to document the work of the Save the Christians donations and the Nazarene Fund, and to help us keep going, go to SaveTheChristians.com.